Hi everyone! Today I got a question on how I cut pieces of paper with one hand. When I was younger, I used adaptive scissors to help me be able to cut. So here I have a loop scissor with a handle on it, I believe is what it was called. So I used this. We found a glider scissor. We don't really know what it was called, but you can actually insert the paper into this and it'll slice it. And it's good for cutting straight lines, but not exactly good if you're cutting a circle object like I have drawn here today. And there's also tabletop scissors, which I don't have today, but I used those when I was younger as well. Now for cutting a piece of paper, currently I'm not the best by any means. And what I would do if I was sitting at the table and I wanted to cut at the table, I would use a paperweight to hold the piece of paper down and then take my scissors and just cut. Oh no. Like I said, I'm not the best cutter, but I don't typically use this method, but if I was sitting at a table or at school, I would probably cut pieces of paper like this. This paperweight's also really awkwardly shaped. Alright, there's our first circle that looks really lopsided. Alright, now what my preferred method to cut pieces of paper, specifically if they're bigger objects, is to actually use my knees. So I can either use my knees like this, or I can bring them up to my chest, which is just what I prefer because I can have more control around my knee, and then cut the piece of paper that way. This way is easier just because I have a little bit more control and I have a firm grip with my knees to be able to cut the object. That circle looks much better. And it's obviously, you can see it's a little bit easier because I have control over my own body. Now for really detailed things that I am cutting, I will ask someone else to cut, or when I was in school I would ask a teacher or a friend to help me be able to cut. But if I'm at home, and more recently as my job as an RA, I have a lot of door ducts to cut, and when I am cutting these, I actually stick them in between my toes and hold them to then be able to cut. And I only do this if I am at home. I wouldn't do this at school. So if I'm really trying to get the edges really nice and thin, I can use my toes to essentially act like another hand. I could also use my neck if I wanted to, if I wanted to get really close, but then you kind of get into a danger zone. You don't know if you're going to cut off your hair. So that's why I typically stick to my feet or my knees. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed learning how I cut things, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to link some of the adaptive scissors in the comments as well. Thank you.